Your everyday successful business owner is out here making moves in silence. That's what I learned today. Wealth, in a lot of ways, everyday wealth, your millionaires, they are not flaunting what they have. The only reason people think that wealth is loud is because they pay way too much attention to the news about people with billions, right? And billionaires obviously are going to be talked about the most because the things they do can move markets, and because the average person who gets a little bit of money, the first thing they go do is they go spend it on things to let other people know, look, I got some money on me. I was talking to the owner of the Domino's I work at today, and I found out today that he is a Dave Ramsey fan. He paid off debt. He unlike Dave Ramsey, and I agree with this, he uses credit responsibly, but he understands why Dave doesn't like it, because most people can't handle it, like I've said here on this channel before. And he has taught the Ramsey class 8 times and has put his kids through the homeschool curriculum. When you look at him and his financial situation, right? If you just knew he was the owner of the Domino's, you would not look at the car he drives, the clothes that he wears. You would not say to yourself, that's a wealthy dude. You would not say that, right? You wouldn't. But you would be mistaken in that assumption, I believe, because you would be looking at the wrong things. And too often, we look at the outward things that people do, the car they drive, the house they're in, what kind of flashy gadgets they have, to determine whether or not they're doing well. But again, people who are doing well, they're busy. That's the other thing. Successful business owners are busy. They are working. They don't have time to tell you all about how good they are at what they're doing. Because if they spent all their time on that, they would have even less time for their business. This guy, he's in the store all the time. Not to say that he wouldn't take some time away, and give up the reins as he finds people that can handle it, of course. But my point is that he's an involved business owner who is looking at the numbers. He is looking at his staff. He is training people. He personally trains each of the people that come into his store. He cares. That's my point. And people who are like that, they do not care about what you think of them. They are not doing this for the flash, for the opinions of others. They are doing it so they can make an impact. He told me that he offered to pay half of the fee of the Dave Ramsey class for all his staff at one point. Stuff like that, like he wants people to be around him to be successful too. He's not pushing a course and saying, hey, if you pay me $1,000, I can teach you how to be rich. He's saying, listen, there's going to be some things you have to do behaviorally to get your act together. But here's a good way to do it. So often we are focused on the wrong things. And what you got to understand is the things that are flashy, the things that catch our attention the most, are being done by people who have ulterior motives. People who are telling you about their financial situations, good or bad, are looking for your attention in a lot of ways. Even me, right? Like I'm on here, but I don't talk about, my personal finances that much. I'm on here because I want to hopefully give you some information that will help you. But I also want your attention. Think about people who are on here talking about one of two things. Either I'm doing great, look at how well I am. You can do it too, right? Usually trying to sell you something. Or I'm doing so poorly, feel bad for me. Attention. People who are getting online, and again, we are chronically online, which gives us a warped sense of what reality is. People who are online telling you these things, a lot of times their idea of what it takes to be successful is completely based on things they think will sound good, right? I'm not doing well, right? How many of those people are working 80 hours a week? How many of those people are being responsible with their finances? How many of those people are not buying things they can't afford to impress people that don't care about them, right? That's the thing that's always missing from the story when people say things are so expensive. They don't ever lay out their very rarely do you see people lay out their entire budget and say, look, this is all the things that I'm doing. And when they do, you normally see something in there that they don't actually need when they say things are so expensive. And then on the other side, people who are saying, look at how well I'm doing, they almost never lay out their finances. They just tell you, look, I am the GOAT at money, and you should just listen to me because look at all the fancy crap that I have. How could I possibly have gotten all this fancy shit if I wasn't who I say I was, you know? And again, just talking to a local guy in a very small town, you would never think that the Domino's in Little Falls, Minnesota would be so popular. But again, a business owner who has been the owner for, 15 plus years, cares about the people, has a good reputation in town, does all the little things to make sure that his reputation continues to be positive. That guy who you drive past every single day, think nothing of, it's those type of people who have the money and probably the lifestyle that you seek. The problem though is most of us are not willing to do what those people are doing in order to be successful. Because in order to be that kind of successful, you got to be quiet, you got to put your head down, and you got to be willing to do the work every single day. I mean, think about how many nights he's had to put in, how many hours he's done open to close, and then got back up in the morning and opened his business when it was just him and his wife, when he had little kids who he was, had to put through school, when he, all the things that us normal people have to go through, plus owning a business, plus staffing, plus all the things that come with running a small business where, quite honestly, pizza delivery has a very high turnover. It's that level of work that shows you that he's committed, and it's that level of work that has made him successful. But you would never know because he's not out here talking about it. He's in there doing the work. So just a little reminder for you today, the louder people seem to be about how good they are or how bad they are, whatever it is, the more you should probably look at them with a side eye, because there are people out here who are really doing well, getting to the money, getting to the work, but you never hear from them because they're at work. That's all I wanted to say. Talk to you later.